Tank Bigsby.
Bigsby.
Yeah, Tank Bigsby Bigsby being a contributing player for the Jags. If you're going to get Travis Etienne, I would say handcuff him with Tank, because Tank looks like he had 70 yards against the Lions. Yesterday he had a solid performance the first week. He's going to be a factor in what they do. Let's see around the league. I would say go big on Jackson Smith and Jigba. If Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave can go for 1,000 yards their rookie seasons, I want everyone to know that JSN, when the last time those three were together at Ohio State, he was the leading receiver. So even though he's surrounded by DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, there's a lot of buzz about JSN in camp. So I would say make sure you kind of find a way to kind of snag him. And then how about we stay with the wide receivers in LA? Let's go to the Chargers. We saw Quentin Johnson get busy a little bit that first week. Look for him to go again, because when you have Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, they have to groom Quentin Johnson to be the replacement for one of those guys. Look for him to also be a very, very productive player.
He also needs to be ready, because we know the history for both Allen and Williams in terms of finishing 17 games. They don't. But, yeah, just a lot of hype here, obviously, in Los Angeles for what Justin Herbert and company can do. At the end of your first year, Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right. Everything you've earned doubled. Seriously, see terms. Check it out for yourself at discover.com/match. The last guy I want to touch on, we had the tie 18-18 Browns-Eagles the other night. Dorian Thompson-Robinson has been mighty intriguing to me thus far. Now, he's not going to see the field. They've obviously got a lot of guaranteed money in Deshaun Watson. But, look, we joked about it a lot. Hey, he's finally out of eligibility at UCLA. But he's come in and acquitted himself quite nicely to seemingly just wrest that backup role away from Kellen Mond.
Okay, so in the run-up to the draft, everyone was looking for the guy who could be the next Brock Purdy. Dorian Thompson-Robinson was my guy, my pick. And it goes back to what Bill Parcells had as a criteria for the quarterbacks that he wanted. 3-year starter, 4-year player, college graduate, 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, 60% or higher completion ratio. But when you go and look in the draft, DTR and Brock Purdy's stats were nearly identical. Given the expertise that Brock Purdy was able to enter the league with the experience, DTR has similar things. He's the one, Mike, keep your eye on DTR. He is the one that could step in a pinch and have success.
Good thing I bought a couple of rookie cards before he played it down for the Browns. He's Bucky Brooks. I'm Mike Harmon. We'll do it again next week. Stay tuned. Thanks to our team. Get ready for Countdown to Kickoff.
Hey, it's Jonas Knox. I just learned Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right. Everything you earned doubled. All the cash back from eating at your favorite soup dumpling restaurant doubled. All the cash back from that trip where you sort of learned how to snowboard also doubled. And the best part, you don't have to do anything ridiculous to get it. Nope, Discover does it automatically. Seriously, though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
Hey, it's Jonas Knox. You've heard us talk about our friend Dutch Mendenhall, co-founder and CEO of Rad Diversified and now author of his new book, Money Shackles. Today's shackles are the financial hamstrings that being in debt creates for Americans. Dutch reveals how to start using debt as your advantage and how to tap into billions of dollars worth of alternative investment vehicles. Break free from your money shackles and redefine your American dream. Learn more at therad.com. That's THERAD.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio. Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
20th Century Studios presents Vacation Friends 2, only on Hulu, Friday.
Look at us, all together again. We just wanted to give you guys a real honeymoon.
He said,
This Friday.
He was just released from jail.
Where can I get a drink around here?
Back on vacation.
This place is nice. It's drug lord nice.
I'm sorry, drug lord nice?
With more baggage.
Ever since he showed up, he turned this relaxing vacation into total chaos.
does that?
Vacation Friends 2, rated R, streaming only on Hulu, Friday.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How'd you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow. Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just send them a text.
Text UNLOCK to 323232 to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash.
Hey, Doug, how many...
What?
Do we have roll call?
No. I don't have a roll call or newsletter today.
Okay. Have you checked the website?
For
roll call? Chaz was going to...
That would have been from 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you did anything with that or not. But.
Okay, I'll double check.
Don't forget, we're live.
Yes, sir. Let's see. Can you hear Jim?
No.
Okay. Okay, I've got, let's see, 1, 2. I've got 2 new ones on here for roll call. One out of Kansas, and another motor officer out of Hawaii.
Well, these are from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but we haven't done those.
No, I don't know that we have, but I'm just saying. If you want to do those, fine.
Yeah, we'll do them post our time.
Okay.
Okay, I'm out.
All right. Adios.
It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
I asked what kind of family she wanted. She said, a family like yours.
Learn more about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix, an iHeart radio station. And here's what you need to know.
Today, Spain won the Women's World Cup with a 1-0 victory over England on a goal by Olga Carmona in the 29th minute. NFL preseason Saturday night, the game between the Patriots and Packers at Lambeau was suspended with 10:29 left in the fourth quarter because of an injury to New England cornerback Isaiah Bolden, who was taken to a hospital after an inadvertent helmet-to-helmet collision. The Patriots said Bolden had feeling in all of his extremities. The Patriots announced this morning that Bolden has been released from the hospital and will travel home with the team today. Bolden himself tweeted a short time ago, "Appreciate the prayers, more excited to be back with the guys." Raiders over the Rams 34-17. Jimmy Garoppolo completed 4 for 4 for 39 yards in his Raiders debut. Baseball Saturday night, the Dodgers' Mookie Betts hit 2 home runs in their 3-1 win over Miami to sweep a doubleheader. Betts now with 34 home runs this year.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Moisture streaming into the state today, and thunderstorms are likely on and off all day long. We'll call the high a cool 99 degrees. Overnight, still a chance for storms will drop you down into the low 80s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Corey McCloskey.
This report is sponsored by Valero. Start saving on the road with Valero's 100 Days of Summer. Get fuel-saving snacks, swag, and more every day all summer long. Only with Valero Pay Plus. Download the app and start saving right now. Additional terms and conditions apply.
It's time for Don McDowell Outdoors on Fox Sports 910. a show for the avid fisherman and hunter looking for tips from the pros. Now here's your host, a saltwater fisherman and the man that fears no fish. He's the bass daddy and a tournament pro, Don McDowell.
Hey, I want to welcome you to the show today, and thank you for taking time out of your day to join us in our house while we pester you in your house. We've got an exciting show today. We have the new president-elect, Jim Lawrence, a.k.a. JW, is in the house. And a new ADA board of director. In fact, he's the member at large. Carter Lawrence is in the house.
Good to be here, Don. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you coming down. And then we have another really, really special guest, Sal Ricali from Moon Valley Nurseries. He's the vice president and director of operations. I want to thank you for coming down. Sunday's a pretty special day for everybody, and appreciate you blessing us with your presence. We're going to be talking about an ADA project in combination with Arizona Game and Fish Department, the town of Gila Bend, and Moon Valley Nurseries, Redmond Agricultural, which includes Western Clay. Jim, Carter, and Sal are going to talk about what's going on down there. We have Payson Ham is going to join us at the 15 break. He is the Aquatic Wildlife Program Manager for Region 4 out of Yuma that's working with us on the Bender's Pond in downtown Gila Bend. 7:30, we'll be talking to the master rod builder, James Guggenhauer, a.k.a. Commissioner Guggenhauer for AZGFD, see what he's been up to. And then we'll have a short conversation with Captain Bill on the Malahini boat over in San Diego. I talked to him yesterday, checking on the water conditions over there with the Hillary blowing. I just love that name, Hillary. I mean,
I bet you do.
How could you? You couldn't have a better name for a big blow, I mean, I love it. I love it. 125 mile an hour winds when she got that name. But anyway, talked to him. The water was pretty flat, but it's coming up trough. So 8 o'clock, president of the Arizona Cattle Growers Association, Mike Ganuscio, is going to join us for a segment. He is running for sheriff for Mojave County and going to tell us why he's going to be the next sheriff there. I know Mike, he's a stand-up guy. He's done a good job for the Arizona Cattle Growers Association. And then at the 15 in the second hour, Troy Fielding and Daryl Bosshart from Western Clay and Redmond Agricultural that have partnered with us, as did Moon Valley Nurseries on the Bender's Pond. So that said, back to you, JW.
Thank you, Don. Thanks for having us this morning.
You guys are the best, absolutely.
Well, thank you.
And this guy, the tales of whales that didn't get away from his fishing trip up on the Casilla. We're going to talk about that.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, so tell us about the pond.
I'll tell you about the pond, Bender's Pond. For years, it's been a very small, like 1/10 of an acre, very small little mud puddle, really, down in a nice little, it's called Centennial Park in Gila Bend. And they had a few fish in there, but, it was so shallow and so small, it was, they had a lot of fish kill in the summer. So the wildlife manager in that region, Region 39, came to Arizona Deer Association and asked us to partner with them to expand the pond. And that's where it's kind of grown from there. So
I'll tell you what, Carter, when we first started this, it was just going to make it a little bit bigger. Now we're 15 feet deep. We're 45,000 square feet, 44,000 square feet. Yeah. We have 41 shade trees that magically showed up. We're going to talk about that. We've got 250,000 pounds of bentonite that's going in the hole. And there was discussion on where we're going to put the launch ramp.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's really coming together. It's going to be a cool deal once it's done. It's going to give a lot of these kids and families down there somewhere to fish and recreate and The park's already so nice. They got a lot of, they got the play set there, which is real nice. Some little cabana type deals for birthday parties, and you saw that little old, like, I guess it was their like territorial jail or whatever right there. That's cool.
Yeah, that goes back to the 1870s. I've been doing some checking, and Sal, you haven't been down there yet, but this little building he's talking about was the jail. And the roof's caved in. It's made out of adobe and still has all the steel bar. Very uncomfortable place to spend the night. Trust me. Not that I have, but I'm just saying. But we're hoping there's some historic building renovation money available from the feds to rehab that. And Carter's idea, I agree with, turn it into some type of a concession stand. Hot dogs and a soda pop or something, ice cream.
Yeah, it's a cool building.
Really cool.
And he's right. They've got some monkey bars or playground equipment.
It's a nice playground. Like,
see, we didn't have that stuff when I was a kid. We had a stick and a can in a swing. That was it. But it, once again, that's sitting out there in the heat.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, how that'd feel on your backside trying to go down and slide.
I'm telling you. Oh yeah.
So anyway, we're looking to see, what we can do for the town of Heenan, because Jim's right, in Carter as well. There's nothing to do down there. There's the old Space Age hotel that Disney built back in the 50s.
Right.
Is that who built that? I'm always curious when I see
two
that.
little Mexican food restaurants. The rest is McDonald's and Love's, and there's nothing for the kids to do. And at last count, there was this 22 census, 1,876 people there. 689 or so are from 0 to 17 years of age. There's no theaters. There's no malls. There's nothing to do. Yeah. And I don't know about you, but I had to have adult supervision when I was a kid.
Yeah, well, when I grew up, we would go to Cortez Park and have a similar atmosphere to kind of what we're describing.
Yeah,
now.
there you go.
And we would go with the family and go fishing and things like that. It was just easy. I think our parents just let us go burn off some energy, really. But we had the park theme to go with it, right? The big trees, the pine trees, things like that, the grass. So hopefully this element can be something the kids there get to enjoy and be a part of as well. But it definitely was a lot of fun growing up and having that really close fish. For us, it was a fishing pond, really. Quick and easy to get to.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Who else have we, what did I miss? The bubbler system? Where's that? That's
the aeration system. Yeah, we've ordered that. That'll be here in about a week and a half. Okay. So we're putting an aeration system in the pond for the fish, and this will, once it's full of water, then Game and Fish will come. Well, Paton, when he's on here later this morning, he'll tell you about the community fishing program at Arizona Game and Fish, but they'll stock it so many times a year.
Well, Sal, tell us about the trees, and thank you so much for your generous donation. We were talking before airtime, and Jim's right, the town was just absolutely beside themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. So those are trees we grow for our retail stores. We have almost 3 businesses all wrapped up in one. We have our farms, big, huge farms in Arizona, California, and Texas. We grew these in Arizona. And then we have the retail stores that our homeowners come in and shop with and pick out plants and items. And then we do the construction aspect of it. We come out and do the installation. So these are from our farms. So these are really nice trees, like retail quality trees
awesome.
People are picking out. And we did some red puss pistache. So we're going to have that nice red fall color. And Gila Bend gets a few degrees cooler, so they should get even better color there than they do here in the Phoenix market. And then we did some willow acacias, which are really pretty low water using evergreen trees that grow fast. So we should get some shade to that area pretty quick.
When's the best optimum time to transplant the trees?
Pretty good right now, actually. Is 115 on some items can be tough, but those desert trees like those willows, acacias, you can do really year round, especially in the heat. And those pistache, if we can get those in now or in the next, say, 30 days, they'll root out and do well. So they actually kind of get some growth on them and get that good fall color I was talking about before the winter comes. Winter, if you plant, they survive. They just don't grow actively. Their roots are more dormant.
Okay, cool. Mr. President, I think you need to make a motion with the new board of directors. You need to put him in charge of trees.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll be the arborist.
Yeah, we have to take the donuts away from him.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, we got flip into a hard break here at Fox Sports 910. We're 99.9 FM HD2. I'm Don McDowell with
Jim Lawrence
and Carter Lawrence
and
Sal Bracali.
And we got Doug back from vacation hanging out the Dairy Queen up in St. George, Utah. Doug, how many fish you catch?
None.
Okay.
like my luck.
All right. That'll make for good radio when we come back. We'll be right back.
If you love wildlife and enjoy time spent outdoors, then join the AZ Deer.
I tried to get him to go down and buy,
Where'd he go for vacation?
Can of red wigglers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was up north at camped out by Pine Top, I guess.
Oh.
Yep.
Said fishing was really tough up there.
He should have went out.
Oh,
with,
it was
what's
bad.
his name, Chris?
Yeah.
The guy that has the fly shop.
Yeah. Well, he's been. I send you that picture of that bear.
Yeah, you did. Was that him that shot that?
Oh yeah.
That took
Well, you
that?
didn't send that to me.
Wow.
Yeah, that bear wasn't as big as it looked, but.
I'm gonna see if I can find that picture that Don sent me of that mule deer I was telling you about this morning, Sal.
Oh, yeah.
Here it is.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was up in.
Did you see
Wow.
the pictures that the
A good-looking dog.
doll ram and the caribou that Eric Hunt took up in the Northwest? He just got back. Let me send you this, man. It's crazy. I've never seen a caribou that big. Let's see.
I'll send this up to Doug.
Check these out, and then show Sal. Look at the size of that.
Wow.
Look at the size of that caribou.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
It's a nice doll, too.
Mm-hmm.
What part of...
He was up in the Northwest Territories.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah, this guy's a very avid hunter. I don't know if you know him. He's on the board with the Arizona Desert Bighorn Sheep Society and that. He's a big time hunter.
What what outfit he went with?
Him. He's an outfitter.
Oh, is he up there?
Yeah.
So you can't
Well,
hunt there without
I
him.
don't know who he worked with up there, but he's an outfitter here.
Yeah.
Desert. You know the name of his? He guides sheep.
Yeah.
Hunters.
Who's that?
Eric Hunt over at the Bighorn Sheep Society.
Okay, we got Payson. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, I just got a text from the flotilla vice commander. He's actually he's going fishing out of St. George this morning. He's up there.
What the heck?
Vice Commander Billy Carroll. He's doing a good job.
Send those to Donnie.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a trip planned to the Northwest Territories for that same hunt in 2025.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, let me know if you need a bag boy. I'll tote your
Yeah,
bag.
yeah.
No kidding, right?
I'll glass for you.
It's been a few years already. There's a wait to do that. Quite a bit.
You
of
ought to
wait.
call him, and I'll forward you his contact. He's a super nice guy.
Yeah.
Super nice.
Yeah, if nothing else, just to figure out what not to bring.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, he was up there for, gosh, wow, 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Hey, Don, you got that picture of that muley that was taken off of Tyson's ranch?
Yeah.
I was going to show Sal that. I thought I had it somewhere, but he was talking about seeing some big deer down that way. So I got something to show you.
Take him.
Paid for by NHTSA.
This segment brought to you by Boyd's Gun Stocks, makers of the adjustable agility and at-one stock for your favorite long gun. Head to boydsgunstocks.com for more details. Build with Boyd's. Show us your rack. How big is that elk, whitetail, moose, or mule deer? In the world of big game hunting, there's nothing better than having your rack on the wall and shown around the outdoor world. Head to huntingfishing.com and show us your rack. Now back to Don McDowell Outdoors on Fox Sports 910.
All righty. Up next, the Aquatic Wildlife Program Manager down in Yuma in Region 4, Payson Ham. Hey, Payson, thanks for joining us today, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Listen, we've got Jim in here, and you know Jim Carter. You met Carter out at the pond, and Sal from Moon Valley Nurseries. Jim, you and Payson have been doing some stuff. What are you two guys up to?
We've been working on the aeration system for the pond. Payson, he did all the legwork and found a great system. And in fact, we just ordered it a couple of days ago, so it should be here in about a week and a half.
Very cool.
So we've been working on that. And then also, Payson's been working on some habitat for the pond for the fish. So.
Okay, we do have a commitment from Mike Hoffarth, president of Goodyear Bass, sanctioned by BASS, to have some of the kids come out, and we're going to round up some materials and have the little work party. Maybe some hot dogs involved. Who knows?
Perfect.
But,
Perfect.
Payson, let me ask you this: what do you got in store for the pond so far as the urban fishing program is concerned?
Well, right now, our community fishing program is kind of at a standstill without a new pond. But I know Bender's Pond is at the top of the list to get it on there. I can't give an exact date as to when that is going to come around, but I'm guessing, a year to 3 years, and hopefully the sooner the better. In the meantime, we're going to be able to get some fish in there for the grand opening and get some fish in there throughout the year. Hopefully, some private donations or some extra funds can come in, and we can get some bass and bluegill and get them stocked there so they can kind of establish a population and have something to fish for year round. But, pretty excited for it to come, and hopefully we get it into that program sooner rather than later, like you were saying, to get it stocked, year round, multiple times a year. But we're all pretty excited for that.
Okay, what species specifically are you guys considering at this point, besides the bluegill? Bluegill's a given.
Yeah, so we'll start off, these first stocking just so people can catch some fish with some channel catfish, catchable size, 1 to 2 pounds. I think the average right there. And then going from there, once it gets into the community fishing program, it'll get stocked with channel catfish on a regular basis in the warmer months. Once a year, it'll get a largemouth bass and a bluegill stocking just to kind of keep that population supplemented. And then in the cooler months, they'll get some trout stocked into it, rainbow trout, while the temperatures are in an ideal range for them.
Any discussion on maybe a grass carp or two to keep the bottom cleaned up?
Thought about that a little bit. It'll be something, we'll have to wait down the road to see, if there is a problem with grass carp or with grass built up in there that needs grass carp. With the aeration system you guys were talking about earlier, that's, known to keep the muck down and keep some of that, grass you don't want at bay. So hopefully it's not something that's needed. I don't think normally it's something we'll put into a pond unless it needs it, just because they are an invasive species, but they are a useful tool, like you mentioned, to get rid of grass in ponds and extra buildup of plant matter.
Okay, well, that sounds pretty good. I've been hacking on Commissioner Guggenauer to put smallmouth up at Lee's Ferry, and that's been met with serious resistance. Any chance of putting a smallmouth in there at Bender's Pond?
Most likely, it's not an ideal species to go into a pond like that. Largemouth and bluegill do better. Okay. Smallmouth need a little bit of cooler temp. I mean, they can make it down here, but it's not their ideal habitat.
Just kidding, Payson. I love smallmouth. They pull. Okay. What else do we need to do to assist you? You're doing a good job down there in Region 4.
To assist me, I guess there's not much. Yourself, Jim, the town of Gila Bend, you guys have been doing the heavy lifting, and I really appreciate all that. Getting this pond put together so quickly. I guess like you mentioned, the next thing up is habitat, and like you already mentioned, you got some people signed up or lined up to help us out get that installed. The department will help where we can, but there's not much we can do physically or on the grounds wise until we update some EAC stuff. But for now, I think we're on a really good path to get this pond up and running. So yeah.
Okay. Let me ask one more question relative to the species you're stocking. Any chance of tilapia being put back in there?
No, the department will not be putting tilapia in there. Not something we normally stock.
Okay.
Now, my opinion is probably tilapia will end back up in there. They're in all the canal systems, and unfortunately, like to move fish around, and it is illegal, and you're not supposed to do it, but it just happens too often, so it wouldn't surprise me if tilapia.
I know some guys from West Virginia. They're called bucket biologists. They'll